Hi all, thank you so much for finding time and joining us for the F&B Talks by the Restaurant Times. For
Thank
those
you,
of
Nick.
you watching us for the first time, F&B Talks is a knowledge series that brings together people who seek a deeper understanding of the worlds of restaurant. Our aim is to build a knowledge base on the finer nuances of running a restaurant business. Today we have with us a very special guest. His name is Irfan Kuci. He's a Director of Business Development at Focus Hospitality Consulting.
Hello,
I'll,
Nick.
Hi Irfan, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you
Uh,
for having me.
Great. For the interest of our viewers, Irfan, I just want to give a quick introduction about yours to them, and then we can go into the discussion. Great. So Irfan, guys, is the director of business development at Focus Hospitality Consulting, a fast-growing consulting firm based in UAE with expertise in back of the house design, MEP design, interior design, F&B concept creation, project management, franchising, as well as hotel and restaurant operations assessments. Focus Hospitality has successfully executed over hundreds of projects in UAE, Saudi Arabia, Spain, Kuwait, Bahrain, Oman, Lebanon, among other markets. Irfan comes with over 15 years of experience in sales strategy positions in multinational companies. He has spent most of his time in Middle East and extensively worked in European markets as well. He has deep expertise in market survey and strategy building. Thank you so much, Irfan, again for being with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Nicholas.
Wonderful. So let's get going, Irfan. We love to make this session focused on getting as much insights as we can from your experience in this industry. First of all, my first question to you would be, tell us about yourself, your experience in the consulting in the restaurant industry space, and what's your current role at Focus Hospitality?
After spending over 15 years in strategic sales in multinational companies, I have joined to Focus Hospitality early this year. I am currently a business development director in the company, and I've been very at Focus. We're enjoying a very good work this year. I would call it hospitality industry. What we do, we don't necessarily focus only in restaurants. Well, we do multiple sectors in hospitality. So what we do from resorts to hotels, cloud kitchens, bars, even the canteens. For oil oil in oil and gas in airport industry. So being in Focus team really gives a very good insight in hospitality market in UAE where we are stationed, and the whole of GCC. I can see the trends, and where is the market going? What is the vibe of the market? Other than these markets here, we also were focused on markets like Europe and Asia. So this kind of gives you just a glance of just a start of who I am and who Focus are and where is my position in this
Right.
market in this area.
Got it. Perfect. You mentioned a lot about, that yes, you look at a full gamut of hospitality sector, and it's not only restricted to restaurant. So, if I'm being in this sector, for quite some time, what is your worldview of the hospitality industry, and how do you see it also growing and coming back to revival, particularly in GCC and the Middle East belt? Uh, share. It would be great to know some experience of you on this area.
Yeah, well, pandemic did change hospitality industry. It was hit hard. It was hit hard at the start of the pandemic, and when the whole lockdown happened, we saw a lot of businesses having to let go of their employees. Uh, then some of them closed their businesses, and some of them even applied for government help and loans. What once was a very crowded social place where people were gathering around with no thinking of any viruses being afloat around, and everybody was relaxed and just enjoying their social life. It became like a really um, like place was just like emptied. There is no interaction, and people were about to stay indoors. Well, some restaurants, like I said, being a social place, they focus their model to delivery at some degree. often reinventing their concept and their menus that they have. So the future of industry will look different for what we once knew. Uh, as of now, how I see, but because of the current moment demands it. But even saying this, I strongly believe that restaurants will, of course, survive. I don't see anything really changing the whole restaurant concept and how people wants to gather and spend their free time and socialize. It is a challenging time, but restaurants will survive. That's my opinion.
Right, perfect. Got it. I think we just started talking about restaurants in detail, and my next question goes slightly deeper into the restaurant space and the formats. We've seen that there was a lot of shift in the focus from fine dining to casuals, and now more to pop up and cloud kitchens. How do you think this concept evolution is happening in this space? And you working with different brands, have you sensed this change? Is it viable in the future, or is it just a trend right now?
Uh, Restaurants are evolving in a sense of adjusting to the current situation and even future predictions. We all need to listen and observe what is going on. Now we have in UAE restaurants that are fully operating almost at the level of pre-pandemic. Uh, I know this. I've been and I've seen how this is. Reason for that, in UAE we have this very helpful government who is just telling us this is the COVID restrictions, this is the COVID measures, how we're going to combat it. Please respect it. People are here respecting it, and we can move forward. Uh, Look, moving to cloud kitchens did happen in this market. At the start of pandemic, we saw a huge shift, massive shift. Even from whenever I talk about something, of some trends, I always also think about how I felt at that situation. So, uh, moving to cloud kitchen did happen, massive shift, but we have to acknowledge it. It was after that initial shift, people are getting back to restaurants more and more. It took some time, of course, but I know when pandemic happened, I'm talking from my even standpoint. As I started ordering, I started, you know, uh, uh, not really going out because I didn't feel comfortable, even with the very strict measures. Is visiting some restaurants or bars. I didn't want to go be around, so I went to cloud kitchen services. Although to be very clear, cloud kitchens are a large portion of the market today, and it varies from market to market. Uh, to add, cloud kitchens open a new market for restaurants. Some restaurants will go to this area where they will never build a fully fledged, dine-in venue where people can come. So they move to cloud kitchens and they can reach their target audience. It further opens a platform for the new entrepreneurs to try F&B business without investing million and then fail. So yeah, cloud kitchens are here. They arrived in big style. Or how to say it, big style.
Right.
But they're here to stay. But yeah, people will go to the restaurants. And
Perfect. Bottom line, they will definitely go back, right? Wonderful. My next question is basically, I mean, it's very evident that we have been hearing about cloud kitchens and all of this online ordering very recently. Unlike in other industries, technology adoption was very fast. Do you think that restaurant industry has been slowed, in terms of the adoption of technology, or is it that they are picking up very late in the game?
look, we can go back and research why did they pick up late in the game on or at the right time. But the truth is that I see more and more digital technology is being implemented in the restaurant itself. Ordering via tablet and using software, which that order goes straight to the kitchen, is very obvious on the market. I have experienced it, and I've been, just like 5 days ago, I experienced this. You know, Dubai being a pioneer, trying to be a pioneer in a lot of trends in the world. I think that there will be more and more digitalized restaurants, and there will be kitchens, and which all these things together, they will make a life easier. It, it will make life much easier to all of us.
Correct. Perfect. Uh, I think you touched upon the software piece. Tell us about how will this digital technology and software actually help the operations at a restaurant kitchen at the back end. We spoke about front end side, but at the back end, how does this technology create
Correct.
better experience?
Correct. Yeah. Multiple various benefits, such as optimizing schedule for the ingredients like expiry dates, digital inventory tracking. Then there's a schedule for employees themselves. Employer will know who is in the kitchen at some dates. If for example, somebody VIP is coming who wants to have a certain chef, they can all this can be very very well scheduled. Just put everything in the software and in this digitalized world, and it will help. Uh, Having everything digitalized is making everyone's job easy, but I think they then the restaurant itself and the management can focus on customer experience. Customer experience is important part of our everyday work, and I think it will be more and more important about customer itself, because we want to have him back, and I want to see him smiling and coming back to us again.
Totally, totally. And I think tell us a little bit about what is the back of the house restaurant tech stack? How does it actually work? You've been working on different concepts and implementing such solutions. Give us an idea about what actually goes behind that back of the house technology stack.
Having a smart kitchen is a big stress reliever. Customers being more demanding and more specific about their dishes is quite obvious. Through some discussion and some of the demonstrations that I attend, having automated system makes it very easy, efficient, and cost saving. Let's say it that. Uh, you know, uh, some of the kitchens even have a system in place which is like one press of the button, uh, which you put everything in the kitchen in the kitchen itself, and then with one press of the button you
Right.
can have everything ready. Some of the tech systems available, I usually never mention any. I don't want to make a commercial for anyone, but uh, some of the tech systems are very available. They are very impressive, and chefs can view the order on interactive kitchen touchscreen. They can determine which food items to focus, and considering on preparation itself, they can and preparation times of each. They can prepare a meal, everything at the same time. And I would, I when I talk to my colleagues, and I kind of joke around, I say this is a perfect meal, and you can have everything. It's so optimized and so good that everything is perfect. And just everything is ready at the same second or minute.
Understood. Perfect. I think this brings to me almost to the later part of the discussion. We spoke about a lot about different technologies. What are the early trends that you see, or you can basically predict in the F&B business in the coming year at least? What do you think are the changes in the food pattern or technology, or some emerging trends that you feel are going to be the norm in the coming year?
I was actually when you and I discussed about this conversation, I actually thought that you're gonna might ask me these questions. Uh, you know, Specifically, I see trends leaning toward, and this is by even various discussions that I had, and some research that I did, and that I see trends leaning toward plant-based food. Then there's a lot of grab and go concept. There's street food like exotic ethnic food. Um, Even some small European countries or small Asian countries will have their say in this grab and go market, which to me it's very attractive. There is also cloud kitchen. Cloud kitchen is on the rise. The food brands that
Yeah.
goes to the cloud kitchens are more active, they're more active than ever. Also, going cashless in, one touch payments, one touch tips. Then this is also an F&B, that attached to F&B. Single dish restaurants, small restaurants like small restaurants with shawarma. Only shawarma with this flavor, that flavor, and then burger spots. You see, uh, that is being that is definitely towards food itself. But I think more focus is, as I mentioned earlier, will be on customer experience. Whatever we do in F&B, customers experience is, in my opinion, pillar number two. Food being the pillar number one is number one. And all the successful F&B businesses will focus on this part.
Perfect. Great. Uh, I think this brings to me, this brings to me to the last question, which is more around the growth coming from the Middle East market in the next year, and understanding how the consumer spending is going to happen. Uh, uh, I mean, how do you see the next wave of growth coming from the region?
Hmm. Uh, you know, I've been in this market for almost 10 years. Yeah. Um, this is very vibrant area, the whole Middle East. I experienced the UAE, Qatar, uh, Oman, and people are feeling good here. Facilities, just the facilities itself, the whole infrastructure is really amazing here. It makes a person's life very easier. Yeah, I see growth in all segments of all of one country or one area development. Even in IT industry, there was a lot of disinformation here in UAE that UAE is becoming a haven for IT specialists around the globe, and they're attracting them. Tourism is going well. Tourists are coming back, and with this, I mean, we have repeat customers. Uh, we in FBA industry should be very happy that we are here. But you know, that's that's a good part. Also, good part, a very challenging part. It's like everyday focus on customer, and it should stay like that. After ease, I think that after ease of this pandemic, we will see people doing so-called revenge spending. You know, Even myself, I can see myself that now I want to go out and I want to have the best dish. I want to have the best. I want
Uh,
to go for and do the best shopping that I ever had. And I think that in 2022, when pandemic really gets under control, I will see, we will see the spike in market trend. So
hmm,
I think that the future looks bright.
Perfect. Great. Great, perfect. I think that was quite an interesting conversation with you, Irfan, understanding the market, understanding the backend technology, and some of these trends in the future. Uh, Thank you so much for giving us your time and spending this time with the F&B Talks and sharing your point of view and thoughts. It was a pleasure talking to you, Irfan.
Thank you, Dikush. Thank you very much, and I wish you good health and all the best.
Thanks a lot.
Thank
Perfect.
you. Thank you.
Cut. We'll cut here.
No problem.
Thank-
No.
this was perfect. I think it went in the flow. Uh, Thank you so much, Irfan, and I'll keep you posted once we put this out live. I think it takes about 2 to 3 weeks as we have a pipeline of few interviews that are in line, but I'll keep you posted when it goes live.
You will inform me, so no issues.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. Take care. Thank you. Have
All
a good.
right. Bye bye.